Great, great. So then at topic number 2, which is cost what here? Cost estimation and analysis or cost estimation techniques. Remember what we said in our last class, that amongst those great things that a management accountant will be doing is cost ascertainment. So many businesses outside here sell their goods at a price which is much lower than cost. So meaning at the end of the day that we are selling our goods at what, at a loss. Why do we end up selling goods at a loss? Because assuming, for example, this is RCM that has just joined business, teaching CPA. So then what we shall do first of all is to scout around. So we look at what other colleges are selling these courses for. So other colleges, for example, will be selling these courses for 4,000. Other colleges, in this case, will be selling their courses at 10,000. So for RCM to be competitive, they'll be able to look at how do we penetrate this market? So they'll be able to say, first of all, the initial price, let it be a penetrative price. And we end up as RCM, for example, charging what here? 3,000, simply to penetrate the market. But you see, at the end of the day, this 3,000 you are charging as a selling price, is it able to cover all our costs? That is the question that a management accountant will be able to answer first. So your biggest role as a management accountant is to do what we call cost estimation. You do cost ascertainment. So of course, if it's, for example, physical products you're producing, some of our expenses will be material cost, for example, is 1,500, labor cost. For example, this could be 800. Then we have, in this case here, the general common expenses, what we call overheads. For example, this could be like 2,000. So you see now the total cost will be 4,300. So then as a management accountant now will be able to come and advise on the pricing. We cannot sell, in this case here, these goods at exactly 4,300. So we need to add a profit, isn't it? So we add a markup. So amongst the biggest things that we shall be doing in this class here, you'll always see us talking about material, labor, overheads throughout, cost ascertainment. And for us to be able to estimate, to ascertain our costs very well, we must be very good at doing this forecasting estimations. And one of the methods that we discussed in this class, ladies and gentlemen, of estimating our cost is what we call regression. What here? Analysis. Regression analysis, we have got two models. We have what we called the simple regression equation. So simple regression equation is that equation that looks like this. Y equals what here, somebody? A plus bx, where A is the constant, what we also call the y-intercept. For us here, constant cost will be fixed cost. Constant costs will be fixed costs. And then, of course, B will be what we call the gradient. Gradient. The more you produce, of course, we expect the gradient to be steeper. So this gradient basically for us will be variable, what here? Variable cost. Variable cost. And we said if it's regression analysis, ladies and gentlemen, there is a formula for getting B and there is a formula for getting A. So is there somebody who can remind us that formula that you were doing? Yeah, in our last session or even in previous semesters. Of course, for you to be here, this is a serious level. You must have, all of you have gone through the intermediate, isn't it? Let's see the formula for getting B. I'm all ears. I would want to hear from you. The gradient. Is there somebody who did this in MA intermediate level? They passed very well, but they have forgotten everything. It happens, isn't it? Yeah. So can I remind you guys how we normally get this B? Yeah, it's very easy. Very easy. To get boy, you know, we have that high school method where we used to say that gradient is changing Y over changing what here? This was a very simplistic model because in high school, we only used to deal with 2 data points. 2. Change in Y over change in X. That cannot apply. Here you'll be given like 12 points. So to get the gradient using regression approach, we normally say our B is N summations of what? XY minus over N minus bracket Summation of x done what here. Thank you so much. I knew you would remember everything. So the online guys, I can see already they have written the formula down there. Yeah, thank you so much. So that is the formula for getting the gradient. You shall not forget this because this is very, very popular in your exams. This is a savior. This can make you see places that you've never seen before. Like where? CPA Kenya. CPA Kenya. Or 𝒂𝒊𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂 get A? A, very easy. We talk of sum of y minus b, sum of x, everything you divide by n. Thank you so much. It's only that I don't have money today. If I had money today, just like we did last semester, you would have gotten a very, very big present, which is also applicable to my online students. I can see some crazily great people there. So I can see somebody raising their hand. I would want you to just type your question. Please type your question. If you don't mind, type your question. And then if you remember very well, in our last class, we were able to do a past paper question. Yeah, advanced management accounting past paper question where we were able to get this B and A. Now, because I can see so many students here who are pretty new, very new students, just allow me to show you some little concept here about this B and A. Assuming you are given here volume versus cost. Yeah, so we have here volume of say 11, 13, 18. Cost in this case here we have 19, 27, and then 37 like that. And then you are told in this case here to give us a regression equation. Please write this as an illustration before I go back to my past paper. And then which type of calculators do we have? Because I would want you to be having very good calculators before we meet again, because I would want to show you how this is normally done in a calculator. So we are given an example here, and this example, they simply want us to fit a regression equation. So will they later tell you to fit a regression equation, or they tell you to break down this cost into variable and the fixed components. Using regression analysis, break down the cost into variable and what here, somebody? Fixed cost. So you see, the first decision that you have to do to make here is tell us between volume and the cost, which one is your y variable? Because again, if you mix the two, you will keep on blaming, in this case here, people from your home area to be bad people, that there are people in this case who bewitched me. There is nothing like being bewitched. There is a concept in this case you never understood. So which one? Yes. Y will be the cost, because we are doing cost estimation. The one to be estimated normally goes to the y. How do I know between the two which one is the y? The one to be estimated will go to the y. The response variable, the one that responds to the other, will always go to the y. Listen, assuming I'm given two variables here, we have productivity of maize versus rainfall. Two variables here, maize versus rainfall. Which one depends on the other? Which one will be responding to the other? Of course, I can see vividly here that rainfall depends on maize. No. It cannot work like that, isn't it? It is the opposite, isn't it? So maize depends on rainfall, because the more the rainfall, of course, if it's in good amounts, then the higher the productivity. So then in that case here, which one is, again, they can tell you that Mwalimu, maize depends on rainfall, but again, ask them, which one is the y? They can't tell you. So between maize and rainfall, which one is the y? Rainfall is the y. Wongo. It is the one that depends on the other, which is y, the dependent variable. So in this case here, maize will take up y, and then the independent, rainfall is very independent. It doesn't matter. You can even grow bangi here and we get rainfall, isn't it? We can grow, in this case here, sukuma wiki, and we get rainfall. So rainfall is independent. The independent variable, in this case here, always goes to the x. Is that okay? So we must be able to know especially which one is the Y, because the moment I know the Y, automatically I will be able to know the X. Please don't confuse this. Let me see whether you guys are able to follow this very well. Let me give you this one here. This is going to trouble you. This shall trouble you. No, let me first of all give you an easy one. So we have here advertising versus sales. Without thinking or winking your eyes, tell me which one is the Y. Which one is the Y? Sales depends on advertising. Thank you so much. Sales depends on advertising. The more we advertise, the more the sales. If we advertise, sales responds positively. So you are right. So we have here Y. The other one automatically takes what here? X. Is that okay? Very good. The last one. Let's see. Let's see here. Ah, great. If you get this correctly, I give you, even if I don't have money today, I give you 500 bob. Effectiveness of an accountant versus the size of the toe. Yes. Size of the toe. Effectiveness of an accountant versus the size of the toe. Please talk to me. Which one goes to Y? Which one goes to Y? Now, if you're telling me that size is X or whichever is Y, does it mean that the two variables are really related? Are they related? They are not related. And that is why if you go to your past papers, you'll always see them telling you to test the equation for economic plausibility. You see, in this particular case, I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that you can really be effective even without a leg. Isn't it? I mean, I've seen, somebody who are able differently, still in this case, you're performing very highly, isn't it? So it means that this model is not plausible. That's how you write it down. This is not plausible. It's not plausible. It is what you guys shall be calling a spurious equation. A spurious equation. If you go further and dig down, try to understand the meaning of spurious. Spurious means nonsense. Nonsense, like that. So it's not plausible. It doesn't, plausibility is about making sense. So not plausible means that this one here does not make sense. It's what we call, if it doesn't make sense, then it is what here? Nonsense. It is what here? Somebody? Spurious. So I hope that is very okay. These ones are connected. Yeah, they are related because the more we produce in form of volume, the more the cost we expect. So automatically the cost is the one that is being influenced. So cost goes to Y, volume becomes what here? Somebody? X. And for me to be able to do regression of this, it means automatically that I have to introduce two additional columns. I must introduce two additional columns. Do you know them? If it is regression analysis, I must introduce two additional columns. Do you know them? XY and the X what here? Squared. Thank you so much. I have to write mine here because of space. So I have X there, 11, 13, 18, 19, 27, 37. If it is regression analysis, we must introduce column XY. We must introduce column what here? X squared. And basically, I'm so sure I'm really boring some students here who are in my class last time. But in the interest of the newcomers, please allow me to repeat this pretty fast. There's a student who is asking how far are we? We have just begun and we have just introduced regression analysis, what we call the simple regression equation, where we are supposed to get the value of B and the value of what here? A. Value of B and the value of A. So if it's regression, you must introduce XY and X squared. So XY means that you're multiplying. So 11 by 19, guys, gives me how much? 209. Wow, great number, 209. So we are multiplying XY. X times Y, 13 times 27. 351, Madalek A. 351. 351. 351. This is a bad number, but we have to write it. I'm being told it's triple what here? 6 like that, isn't it? We don't like it, right? Thank you so much. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be able to go to the x squared. One day, I got a student asking this student, what is x squared in this case here? The student told me that x squared here is 22. So meaning that this student took 11 times. When it is squared, it means 11 times 11, isn't it? X times x. So then 11 times 11 gives me what figure? After all, your calculator has got a square function, isn't it? Yeah. 13 squared gives me 169. And then 18 squared gives me 324. 324. And then listen to me. Remember, regression is a sigma model. Sigma, you come and write what I'm writing. You must write here what I'm writing. So you write here sum x. You write like that. You don't just sum. You must write this sigma thing, this symbol. So sum x, you're taking 11 plus 13 plus 18. You give me an answer. According to Levine, my student here, they're giving me an answer of 42. Then we have sigma y. You must write like that. Sigma y. So we have here sigma y. 19 plus 27 plus 37, which will end up giving me 83. 83, thank you so much. Then you write here sigma xy. You must write like that. Sigma xy from my online ninjas. What are they able to get? I can see Fatima, 1226. Marion, where are your classmates? Are they coming or are they casting oh, why? I hope it was not management accounting. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. Pass my commiserations to them. Life will be good. Tell them we can overcome. So summation of x squared. So this one plus this one plus this one, 614. Thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I put my eyes quite wider to just check what you guys are doing, I would want you to write the formula of B without looking at where you had written. Just try your very best. B equals who? You are lucky because at the back I can't see your book, right? And of course, the online ninjas at home, I can't see your books, but I would want you to be very faithful. Please mention there the formula of B, regression formula of B. Write it without making any references. Without, yeah, a good question. Is this management accounting or advanced management accounting? If you are here for management accounting, you are at the very wrong place. This is a place for senior ninjas, advanced management accounting. So if it's a male, give yourself a break, do something different. You are one, yeah. This is advanced management accounting. These are seniors, yes. These are senior level. These are those students in this case here who had enough marks to see places. Here we are higher places, yes. Higher places. Higher places. So then they have been able to write down the formula, yes. They have been able to write down the formula, although I saw one ninja making reference, but we forgive always. So we say here that our B will be equal to n summations of xy minus summation of all over. Down here, you must always begin with n, isn't it? Summation of minus open bracket summation of x what here. So then please, given that you have got all these sigmas, the summations, please try to substitute them here, plug them in here. But first of all, you have to tell me what is n in this case. 3. Because n, you're looking at the number of points, isn't it? We count them this way: 1 point, 2, start point. So n is 3. Try your very best to substitute. Thank you, Nancy. Try your very best to substitute. Kindly hear the question. Dennis, welcome. Dennis Amdani was my student last semester. Yeah, this ninja has seen places. We only had a small questionnaire which I got offered, and you're required to develop a regression what here to develop a regression equation. Develop a regression equation. So please plug the numbers in and then get to give me the correct value of boy. So from Linda Obura, yeah, Fatuma, this is advanced MA. Why are people underrating this thing? This is advanced management accounting. This is advanced management accounting. Even this semester, I'm not teaching MA at all. So this semester, you see me, it's advanced MA, advanced FM, PDA, advanced FR, like that. I'm not going to teach. I just wanted to make you last semester pass, and then I also get a promotion, right? So I've also been promoted now. Eh? So B will be equal to n is 3. Summations of x, y, already we have it here. It is 1226 minus sum of x, which is 42, times summation of y, which is 83. Summation of y is 83. All over n. N is constant at 3, multiplied by sigma x squared, which is 614, minus into bracket, sum of x, this one here, 42, 42. But now this 42 will be done what your square? Could you kindly do me a favor? Could you kindly give me the numerator answer alone? Numerator answer alone, 192. All over, in this case here, denominator 3 times 614 minus 42, 78, eh? And then now you can easily give me a quotient into how many decimal places? 2, no, 4. 4, always 4. Always 4. 2.4615. Thank you very much. And I'm so sure you guys were able to get this on your own. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lucy. So from there, then go ahead and give me the value of A. You can only give me the value of A if you are able to remember the formula. If you forget the formula, then automatically you will not be able to do anything. So then this will be sum of y minus b sum of x, everything to be divided by n. Summation of y, already I have it. It is 83. Summation of y, I already have it. It is 83 minus b, which is 2.4615 times summations of x. Summations of x is 42. Whatever answer I will get, everything to be divided by 3. So what I do not know is whether we have a very bright student who will be able to give me the value of the numerator. 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 Numerator alone, the value of the numerator, 83 minus that times 42. Numerator. Denominator, I'm aware of a 3 there. Denominator. So I'm being given by 𝒔𝒊𝒆𝒊𝒂𝒂 minus 20.383. Then when you give me a quotient, what value are you going to get at the end of the day? Minus 6.7943. Do we stop here after getting the values of A and B? No. It can only end at the place where you give us the equation, the prediction equation. To demonstrate broad and deep understanding of the subject, you simply write for the examiner the prediction equation. That's how you scare him. It's good to scare examiners. How will they be able to know that you are a very bright person? The prediction equation. And we know that our equation goes like this. Y equals A plus what here? Bx. Sorry. Marion will disturb my wires here. All right. So then my y will be equal to A, which is minus 6.7943 plus boy, we got boy, which is 2.4615 x, like that. Because the moment you get the values of A and B, you simply substitute them in there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would want us now to pick our past papers. Up to here, I believe we are okay. Up to here, I believe all these senior ninjas who are doing advanced management accounting, up to here, I believe that they are pretty okay. Pretty okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So please, I hope you have the past papers. You still have to use the online ones. I don't know, you'll be able to provide the link to them. Yeah, so I want us to straight away go to April 2025, question number 4B. April 2025, question number 4B. April 2025, question number 4B. If you simply go to Google and type CASNEP past papers, you'll be able to get them. And then once you're ready, please put your thumbs up so that I can be able to knock down this. And then we go to what we call high-low method. After that, we finish straight away with learning curves. And that topic will be it. When we meet next, it shall be what here? It shall be topic number 3. Gathoni has gotten the paper. You can share that paper also on your WhatsApp groups. So this is April 2025. Question number 4B. April 2025. Question number 4B. I don't know whether my physical students have been able to get something. Not yet. It's not there. You're waiting for the question, okay? You shared it, eh? Yeah, the gentleman has done something. April 2025. Please share again. And you can make everybody an admin so they can keep on adding others, right? In the group, everybody shall be an admin. Anyone to help Anne get it? Somebody can even share the link here. But most importantly, Anne, if you are a member of our paid group, then you will be able to benefit intensely. And I would want to take this opportunity to welcome all these 137 students, 138 students now I can see. All of them must be members of this ninjas class. 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂, you must study with me. And to study with me, you will simply need to make a call. This is our number. How will you be able to afford to stay away from such a class? You can't. I mean, you must be a member of this class. You must be a member of this class. So April 2025, question number 4, boy. So you see, at this level, we are not going to do manually the multiple regression analysis. So multiple regression analysis is never done manually. No. What will happen for multiple regression analysis, they will give you a computer output. That's what you write there as our title. They'll give us a computer output, and then they will tell us to interpret. Such an easy thing. I normally see so many students getting confused with this, and yet this is the easiest. And it is the most common part of this topic in your exams, this computer output. So if we are okay now, with your permission, my good students, now I will be able to read the question. We are told global. You haven't gotten it yet. Oh, you used to be very fast. What has happened? December manenos. Oh, tumie tafadhali. Online guys, are we okay with this question? Online ninjas, they are perfect. Online ninjas are perfect. Online ninjas, as we wait for my physical students here, ninjas, to get it, please be reading the question. 2 images here. Please be reading the question, please. April 2025. 2025. Question number 4B. The name of the question is global logistics. Are we there? Bado. We shall overcome last born. You are our last born. Yeah. Last borns, they have to be taken slowly. Global. You got it or not yet? Okay, please help her. All right. Now I have to continue, right? So then we are told here that Global Logistics Limited has 2 operating segments, Longonot Division and the Nzoia Division. Longonot Division orders most of its consignment of intermediate product from Nzoia Division using EOQ model. Now you see, now these guys want to confuse my students because they know once my students read about EOQ, they think about inventory. You haven't gotten it. You're adding them to the group. We can do that later because I'm not going to send another question now. Can do that later. So the managers of each division are given considerable autonomy in transfer pricing policies. Again, they are mentioning a different topic. long-run division managers want to use multiple linear regression analysis to evaluate the significance of independent variables on material handling costs of its consignment. The finance director of Global Logistics Limited has availed the following data for long-run division for the past 10 months. So they've given us months there, material handling, number of orders, then we have number of what year? Kilograms ordered. Yeah. So when I do my regression analysis, the cost that is to be estimated, you see now this is multiple regression equation. You see simple equation goes like this. Y equals A plus what? We only have one predictor variable, which is X. But now when it is multiple equation, our Y will be equal to A plus, now we have many X's. So B1X1 plus B2X2 plus etc. Those variables could be very many. Remember the name of the topic that we're doing is called cost estimation. The one to be estimated goes to the Y. So when I'll be told to write, because at the end of the day, they tell me to write this equation. My Y will be the material handling cost. I can simply write cost equals A plus B1 times X1 now will be number of orders. They've even told you there, X1 is number of what year? Orders. I can just write for revision purposes, number of orders plus B2 times, in this case here, I can see X2. Those are a number of what here? Kilograms. I can even just write it in brief like that, times kilograms. So now I'm able to see evidently that I've got two predictor variables. Remember, cost is the the dependent variable cost. So I've got two independent variables. We also call them predictor variables. So I just want you to understand the whole scenario. So they have given me that whole table that I shall never use. That is a good examiner who will go ahead and solve this question using a computer, and then he'll tell me down there, the computer output is as follows. Able to see the computer output? Then I have summary, output of regression statistics. They have given me that. Then they are giving me ANOVA. ANOVA. Kama ile kikamba ya kusema ANOVA ni hapa tu, isn't it? Kwa hivyo hata hesabu ni rahisi sana. Ni hapa tu. ANOVA. ANOVA stands for what here? Analysis of variances. Analysis of who? Variances. Yeah, analysis of variances. They've given me the second table there. Yeah, and then we have the last table. So you'll be given three tables normally. In the computer output, they shall give you three tables. Table number one is where basically they give you those like R squared. Yeah, I'll be able to explain what they mean. The statistics of regression here. Table number two, they give you the ANOVA table. And then table number three, they give you what we call parameters. Parameters are these ones here, A, B1, B2, blah, 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 like that. So the number one, for some free marks there, they want me to write down the multiple linear regression function. Y equals A plus B1 X1 plus B2 X2. That one I will first of all leave it to you. I want to test you a little bit. Please try writing this. Just write something down, even if you don't get it. Life is not that serious. So long as you have tried things, the most important thing is to just try. You just try. Most important thing, you just get to try. Most important thing, we are trying. They want us to write down the regression equation. Always get used to discussing. If you're with me here physically, you have a partner. Even if the partner doesn't want to talk to you, force them to talk to you. Force them. At home, you can easily get a partner, isn't it? Yeah, the guys who are looking, watching what Mwalimu is doing here from home, from your workplaces, you can easily get a partner, especially those of you who got married to accountants. Kwa kama ulienda kuoa mwalimu wa primary, good enough, but sasa hamta discuss. Lakini bado ni sawa, maisha namna hiyo. Maisha yanataka diversity. Maisha yanataka diversity. So please, if you have gotten the answer, write it down here for me to see. Thank you so much, Mary. Thank you so much, Linda. Thank you so much, Olango Francis. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Munyoki Mavuti Victor. So now that all of us have tried it, you have to allow Mwalimu to do it, isn't it? You must allow now Mwalimu to do it. They have told me to write for them a multiple equation, regression equation, isn't it? So we know if it's multiple, it is y equals a plus b1 x1 plus b2 x2. It shall not have the blah, 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 because here we know we have two x's, isn't it? Two of them. Now, remember, we call these ones parameters. 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 So in these parameters, remember automatically, this will be the constant coefficient or the intercept, isn't it? So are you able to see the parameters there? For the intercept A, they're giving us 507.3097. And then we have the coefficient of x1, the number that comes before x1. You can see coefficient of x1, that is b1, which is what here, somebody? 7.83, 5162. And then we have b2, which will be the number that comes before x2. So the coefficient of x2. So coefficient of x2, which is 0.10. No, I don't want us to round. Don't round off if the examiner gives you 10 decimal. Write what the examiner has given you. You write everything as it's given to you by the examiner. You don't want to get into loggerheads with the examiner because he will always have his way. When he has his way and you've got no way, it means you fail. You don't want that. So y will be equal to a. So I'm now plugging in 507.3097 plus b1 7.835162 x1, isn't it? Plus b2 is 0.10 7181 x2, like that. And then you have got how many marks for yourself? 2 marks. Can they make you see places that you've never seen before? Yes, because your pass mark is too little. Don't brag around when you find yourself having passed management accounting. Don't think like that, like you're a genius. The pass mark was so low. Or you guys are geniuses. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. Like for advanced MA, the pass mark. Where do you get yourself? I'm so sure as I speak this, I'm stepping onto other people's toes. When you get a fail in AMA, you performed very, very poorly. Let me not mention the marks, but you performed very, very poorly. And that's why we are here to cure that. Number 2. Oh, a pass is a pass. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Number 2, suppose in the month of April 2025, Longonot division expected to have 350 orders with 17,000 kilograms of materials ordered. Predict the total material handling cost for April 2025. Let me give you 1 minute for you to do that prediction. Let me give you 1 minute for you to do that prediction. And that is the beautiful thing with teaching. You end up teaching yourselves. I end up getting the money. So fortunately, we have the equation. And we know that orders, those are x1 variable, and the kilograms are x2. So you simply plug them in the equation. You simply plug them in the equation. Thank you so much, Linda. You must be a very, very good student, a very, very good lady. A very, very good lady. You must be a very good lady. You are focused. You know, many people are not able to focus their energies into what they're doing. Thank you so much, Munyoki Mavuti. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we know that orders, as these are X variable X1, and there are how many? 350. And then we know that kgs, these are variable X2. And there are how many in this particular case? 17,000. And then we have our predictive equation. Our predictive equation is y equals 507.3097. That's a constant plus 7.835162 times x1, which is 350, plus 0.107181 times x2, which is 17,000. Please feel free to ask questions. So far, there is not a single student who has asked a question. I don't know whether my advanced MA class 2026, I have geniuses for students, because I haven't gotten anybody asking any question. We shall overcome. So I'm being given a figure of 50 what? Final answer? 5071.6934. I haven't seen you double underline. The final answer shall always be double underlined for you to draw the attention of the examiner to your final answers. Was that a difficult question, really? And why do students fear this subject? We shall overcome, yes. We shall overcome, yes. I love that. So are they ready? We go to Roman 3? Are they ready for Roman 3? So Roman 3, they want me to compute the missing values, W and Z. Look for W. Look for W. But now here I have to give you some story for you to be able to get this W. I have to give you some story for you to get this W. If you allow me to rub this. So W is under ANOVA table, analysis of variances. Under analysis of variances. So I have what they're calling MS. Actually, this MS, they wrote this wrongly. It should be MSS. MSS, that is the proper way of writing it. And this MSS stands for mean sum of squares. It stands for mean sum of squares. It stands for mean sum of squares. How do I get this mean sum of squares? To get this mean sum of squares, we normally take sum of squares divided by degrees of freedom. Anytime they want us, ladies and gentlemen, to get mean sum of squares, anytime, ladies and gentlemen, they want us to get mean sum of squares, we shall always take this SS. And by the way, SS stands for sum of what? Yes, somebody? Sum of squares. Yes, very, very important. Sum of squares. I would want to really move slowly here. I would want you to move very slowly here. And please, I would also want you to be having highlighters. Yeah, when I look at you guys, you must be pro-government. You must be UDA people. So what you do, please, use a green highlighter, right? Green highlighter. So it depends on where you are, right? Kama ni mtu wa masikio, unatafuta color, isn't it? Yes. We shall be using parameters. Yes, those parameters, so long as you're able to identify them, you know that A is the constant coefficient or intercept. You can never go wrong. So have you been able to, don't even listen to my joke, but have you been able to highlight this? The good thing with the physical students, I'll be able to bring all of you highlighters. In our next class, you have to give you presents. Last semester, I gave you a good number of presents, isn't it? This semester, it will be double. So long as you're attentive in class, you will be able to get so many presents from me. Online students, of course, I'll be able to send you money to buy, right? So long as you have an M-Pesa line. Yes, no worries, no worries. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to try something. I want us to calculate MSS for regression. Let's calculate MSS for, let's just try MSS for regression. You see, we have MSS for regression and MSS for residual. So MSS for regression, can somebody give me what to substitute here? Is there somebody who is able to see the SS for regression? SS is sum of squares. SS for regression is how much? Oh, I'm alone. 34, 61, 30, 20, isn't it? So we divide this by the degrees of freedom, what they are calling DF. Are you able to see the DF for regression? Yeah, it is 2, isn't it? So could you kindly then go ahead and give me this answer? Thank you so much, Harriet. That was so good of you. Thank you so much. Are we getting something that is very close to what is given there? 17 what? 306? 510. Thank you so much. So now I want to disturb you. You must allow me to inflict some little pain, not too much pain. So I want you to use this same concept here to give me the value of W, because W is what they want us to calculate. Just some little pain, our last one in this class. And then I'll be able to give you a homework, and the homeworks must be done. There will be no excuses. All my students shall always do my homeworks. That's why they call me the CPA, Chief Ninja, because I'll be able to motivate you to also do your homeworks, etc. Linda Obura has already gotten this. Was Linda Obura my student last semester of management accounting intermediate level? Linda Obura, were you with me last semester intermediate level management accounting? Because I don't seem to remember this ninja. Okay. Then ensure that you are my student of AMA. All of you shall be my students of AMA. All of you here. Now you are 140. You must be taught by a ninja. This is the number you call for inquiries. 0793 555. I can see Olango Francis, great ninja here. You guys are not discussing, imagine. You have done it. Yes, 4179.93. Mimi sitafanya hiyo hesabu. Sitafanya hesabu wanafunzi wote wamefanya wakapata correct. Is that okay? Ila mwanafunzi amepata correct hiyo, si ni kweli? Kama hujapata, please usiogope kuuliza. Kama hujapata useme mwalimu do it. Mwalimu do it and I will do it comfortably. I do it, eh? Yeah, I will do it comfortably. Great. Great, do it, yeah. Never fear me. You don't fear a ninja. We are here to train. We are here to train. Do it. So W, do it here. So W is SS for what here, somebody? This is SS for which one here, somebody? Residual, isn't it? Or residual. And we know the formula. The big formula is that MSS equals SS over degrees of freedom. So for residual, we know mean sum of squares. Oh, yes. We know it's 5739 point what? Mean sum of squares, 5739.99, isn't it? Equals SS for residual, which is not known, which is our unknown, which is our W. All over degrees of freedom, which are what here, somebody? For residual, degrees of freedom, they are 7 years. So now make W the subject of the formula. Make W the subject of the formula. So if I cross multiply, my W will be 5739.99 times 7 years, which now will end up giving us what figure? 4179.93. You have 1 mark, which will make you see places that you have never seen. But now you see, I cannot do W for you, and at the same time, I do Z for you. That will be spoon feeding, isn't it? Let me give you 1 minute to do the Z on your own. Discuss with your friend for a minute. I mean, what I just want you to do is to put your head around it, try to think loudly, how do I get this Z? Already Linda has an answer, and that answer is correct. Please, the Muslim students that we have around here, when we reach your prayers time, also don't hesitate asking for just 5 minutes to pray. It's important that you get to pray and also pray for us. The Muslim students, I know I have a couple here. Nowadays, I lost track. There is a time we used to go at 7:15. There is a time we used to go at 6:45. Nowadays, I lost track. But once you just signal me, I'll be able to step out. I give you like 5 minutes for prayers. It's always important. Even a Christian who is around here, if you feel like you want to go down on your knees anytime, you simply give me a signal and I'll be able to excuse you. Prayers are important. Z is quite tricky. Can I do it? Z is quite tricky because Z is coming from what we call T ratio. T ratio. I'm going to strain here teaching you these things because you did them in quantitative analysis those days when most of you were pretty young. Some of you must have done quantitative analysis at the university over 10 years ago, isn't it? We shall overcome. Now, if you look at Z, so Z is under what now here? So Z is under the standard error. Standard error. It's a standard error. A standard error for variable x1. For x1 variable. X1 variable. Yeah. So then here I will be expected to master some formula. To master some formula that to get this T, ladies and gentlemen, how do we get this T? To get this T, you take the coefficient all over the standard error. How did you know this? Standard error of coefficient. This is how we get the T, T ratio. Sorry for that. You should always write it like that. To get T ratio, very important formula. To get T ratio, we take coefficient all over the standard error of the coefficient. Yeah, and we can try the T ratio of the intercept. Let's try the T ratio of the intercept and see whether things are agreeing. Let's try the T ratio of the intercept, all of us. So are you able to see the coefficient of the intercept? Or they are not able to see it. Intercept. I can see this 5 or 7 point. Oh, I'm alone. 5 or 7.30. Are you able to see the standard error of the intercept? 57.3225. Can you kindly try giving me that value, please? 8.85, isn't it? 00 what here, somebody? Are we getting the same answer that the examiner got there? Yes, we are getting the same answer the examiner got there. Now, those students who told me to do it, now with this hint, if I give you 2 more minutes, will you be able to get the value of Z for me? Just try it. Even if you don't get it, so what? That's why I'm here, the chief ninja. That's why I'm here, to train you people. But now the only problem is that I train you very well. And then when you go to the exam, you're not able to hit the questions nicely. And then you come back next semester. That will not happen. We shall pass. Especially if you are trying to do a few things here and there on your own. Waswahili wanasema kwamba mgaga na upwa hali wali kavu. Lakini sasa nikiuliza upwa ni nini? Tena utapata hamjui. Upwa ni nini? Unajua msemo lakini hujui upwa. Ni mto eh? kando ya bahari. Unaona ule unakigaga ni kuguzaguza maji, hutakosa samaki ya kutoka hapo ndani ukakule nao namna gani? Wali. Now they are able, most of them now are able to get the correct answer. Most of them now are able to get the correct answer. What they are telling me is that mwalimu, we can see that this is the T ratio has been given. T ratio is given, isn't it? Remember our formula, T ratio equals coefficient all over SB, or standard error of coefficient. So T ratio has been provided. The T ratio in this case has been provided as 33.47672, isn't it? Equals the coefficient itself, which is 78, so 7.8. 35, 162, all over the standard error, which is what there? Z. All over the standard error, that is Z. So your work is easy. Your work is to make the Z the subject of the formula. Mwalimu, wachana na Kiswahili, utaumu ulimi. Sawa, Pius. Sawa. Wewe ni Mswahili kwanza, Pius, kweli? Sababu Kiswahili changu ni kizuri sana. Kinashinda hata Kizungu yangu. By far. Most likely Pius, wewe ni mtu wa bara. 672. So we are making Z the subject of the formula. So I'm bringing this Z, isn't it? Equals 7.835162. Therefore, Z will be 7.835162 over what here, somebody? 33.47, like that. Which ended up giving you guys what figure? 2340, eh? 0 like that. 0 like that. So now, have you been able to follow? The better question will be if they bring it in an exam. Do you think you'll be able to get these things? Kabisa, eh? All right. Now, there is one ratio they will never give you. I'm even surprised why this examiner gave you that ratio in this question of April 2025. One ratio that they will never give you, they would want you to compute, is what we call the F ratio. F ratio, they don't provide. Let us assume it wasn't provided, we compute it. F ratio. Let's assume it wasn't given, we compute it ourselves. This F ratio. How do we get this F ratio? I will give you a formula, first of all, and see whether you will be able to apply it yourselves. So F ratio equals explained MSS over all over unexplained MSS. MSS stands for what in full? Mean sum of squares, isn't it? So let me remain silent for about 2 minutes to see whether there is a student who will be lucky to get that F that we have in that paper. Just luck, because I know most of us by now will not be able to know the difference between explained and unexplained. Let's see whether there is anybody who is just lucky. Then we give them a present. Not today, I don't have money. I'll be having lots of money in our next lesson. So remember, advanced MA, we have 3 sessions a week. 3 sessions a week. Do you know the days? And the Sunday. And I normally do MA crazy time. Crazy time. I would even want to have it 4 times a week. But there are students who have told me, Mwalimu, the way you teach this thing, you also need to introduce AFR special revision. There are students who have told me that, Mwalimu, you need to introduce AFR special revision. At least AMA thrice will be enough. So somebody is telling me, Mwalimu, introduce AFR just special revision. Joanne feels that she lacks foundation. Joanne, this thing is just about us doing it like this. Two questions. And then at the end of the day, you yourself create time and do the assignment I will give you. You'll be done. Because at this level, with experience, if I start defining for you what degrees of freedom are, if I go that way, you'll fail, all of you. Yeah. So there is some confidence you need. The formulas I'm giving you, just go and repeat them. With the assignment I give you, you will be okay. 100%. You'll be okay 100%. So, ladies and gentlemen, please listen. In regression, there are two types of variances. There are two types of what here, somebody? Variances. There are two types of variances. We have number one, what we call explained variances. Explained variances. These are what we are calling regression variances. These are the ones we are calling regression variances. Regression variances. What regression analysis is able to explain. And then number two, we have what we are calling unexplained variances. So these are the error or residual variances, like that. Error or residual variances. Error or residual variances. So then, my good students, please listen here. From your ANOVA table, you can see the variances the examiner has given you. Are you able to see the source of the variances? ANOVA table. So under ANOVA table, we have regression, and then you are able to see the error or the residual or error. So then I want you to give me the mean sum of squares. Please give me the mean sum of squares. So regression, remember regression, this is what we call explained. And then residual is what we call unexplained. So please give me the mean sum of squares from the ANOVA table. It's supposed to be single N. ANOVA meaning what here? Analysis of variance, of which there are two variances. There are two types of variances. All right. So mean sum of squares from the table given. My good students here, what do you have? They don't want to talk to me. They don't want to talk to me. These ninjas don't want to talk to me. So we have mean sum of squares 17, 30, 65, 10. And then the unexplained ones are what here, somebody? 57, 39.99. And what are we getting here? What we are getting here, ladies and gentlemen, is the F ratio. And how do we get this F ratio? To get F ratio, we always take the explained MSS over what here, somebody? Unexplained MSS. So explained MSS is this one. 1730, 6510, all over 57, 39.99. Are you able to give me this answer yourselves? Yes? 3015. Are you able to see that that is the exact answer they also got there? Why they are not able to see it? Why they are not able to see it? They are not able to see it, these ninjas. 3015. Oh, somebody is saying I'm very fast. I'm very fast. Sorry for that. Most of them are saying, well, we are very fast. All right. But have you been able to understand here that there are two types of variances? We have what we call regression and what here? Residual. And regression is what we are called what here? Explained. Yeah, the students who are saying Mwalimu is very fast. Regression is what we call explained. And then residual is what we call what here, somebody? Unexplained. There are two types of variances. You're supposed to know this, that there are two types of what here? There are two types of variances. Under regression and ANOVA, there are two types of variances. Let me type for them here. No, I can just write here. There are two types of variances, always. There are two types of variances. So there are two types of variances. We have what we have called what here, somebody? Explained. That's number one. And then number two, unexplained. So the explained ones are which ones here, somebody? The ones regression is able to give us their values. That is why the explained ones, we call them regression. And then we have unexplained, they're also known as what here, somebody? Residual, or what here, somebody? They are errors. They are errors. And how do we get, in this case here, F ratio? To get F ratio, we take explained MSS for what here, somebody? Unexplained. Remember, MSS is mean sum of squares. So then I came and did this analysis here, ANOVA. They have given us, if you look at the ANOVA table provided, they have given us a regression variance. And you can see the mean sum of squares at the corner there, 1730, 6510. And then you are able to see the residual mean sum of squares as 5739 point what here, somebody? 99. Then remember that residual are unexplained, regression are what here, somebody? Explained. The formula is here. F ratio is explained MSS all over what here, somebody? Unexplained MSS. So I was able to take this divided by this. That's how I got the 15 point something, isn't it? So when you want to do, I'll be able to give you two questions here. I'll be able to give you two questions here before even I finish this, your assignment, for you to understand what I'm talking about. You'll be able to get everything you have discussed here in these two questions, your assignment, and assignments must be done. So assignment number one, it will be August 2024. August 2024, question number 2B. August 2024, question number 2B. Please try opening it if you can get it. Just try opening it so that I can explain something small. August 2024, question number 2B. August 2024, question number 2B. Just try opening it. No, we haven't finished yet. I just want to show you something small. We haven't yet finished. No, I just want to give you this assignment and then guide you before I introduce something new. So you can see, like under August 2024, question number 2B, they gave us so many unknowns. Number one, they told us to write down the linear regression equation model, and then we find missing values of XA, XB, XD, XE. So it's just similar to what we have done here. So they want us to give them those XA, those missing values. So you'll end up getting so many marks without even knowing what you're doing. So this is assignment number one. So that has to be done. Another question that they repeated exactly the same concepts here is December 2023, question number 2B. December 2023, question number 2B. So we have here number 2, December 2023, question number December 2023, December 2023, question number 2B. Question number 2B. So again, at your own time, if you get to see that question, you'll be able to see they want us to develop a regression equation that will be used for prediction. Yeah. And then there are missing values there. Actually, this doesn't have missing values. This doesn't have missing values, but we shall overcome. The other one, which has missing values, I can take this as the third one, as the third assignment. August 2023, question number 1, boy. 3 assignments. 3 assignments. So if you see the August 2023 question number 1, boy, they wanted us to compute the values which are missing, x and y. X and y. So have you been able to write down these assignment questions somewhere? Have you been able to take them down somewhere, those assignment questions? Great. To the next day, Saturday. Yeah, I'll be able to address that as we finish the class. So can we go back and finish this question that we're doing? Can we go back and finish the question that we are doing? I just wanted to show you that whatever we are doing was very, very critical. So can we go back and finish the question we are doing? So these assignments have been taken down, and given the knowledge that I've given you today, you'll be able to answer all of them very well. All of them very well. So let's get back and now finish our question. Let's get back and finish our question. So number 4, what do they want us to give them? Number 4, what do they want us to give them? So in number 4, they want us to explain the significance of r squared. Explain the significance of r squared. And they've given us r squared over how much here? Somebody 90? R squared of 99.8841%. I just want to make it a percentage. I just want to make it a percentage. Is that okay? Times 100. 99.8841. So explain the significance of r squared. If you remember very well, this r squared is also known as the coefficient of determination. Not correlation, but determination. The coefficient of determination. R squared is the coefficient of determination, yes. Coefficient of determination, yes. And if you remember very well, coefficient of determination is the explained variance. Is the explained variance proportion. Proportion. Coefficient of determination is the explained variance proportion. This is the explained variance proportion. Explained variance proportion. It gives the explanatory power of the model. It gives the explanatory power. Explanatory power of the model. It gives the explanatory power of the model. The higher it is, the better the model is for prediction purposes. The higher it is, the higher it is, the better a model is. A model is for prediction purposes. For prediction purposes. So you can see like this is almost 100%. Because 100% is the highest level for R square. And you can see this is 99 point what here somebody. It's something. So this is very high, meaning that our model has a very high explanatory power. So it means automatically that the predictions that this model will give us will be very accurate. Will be very accurate. Let's now try. First of all, before I continue with that, have you guys been able to write up to here? Have you been able to write up to here? Have you been able to write up to here? All right. So then I can rub this comfortably and then I explain this. So then we have R squared here, which is 99.8841%. So first of all, this is very high. This is very high. So if it is very high like that, it means that the model will give us accurate predictions. Therefore, the model will give accurate predictions. Accurate predictions. But the most important thing is for you to appreciate this. It means that 99.8841% of variations of y are explained by independent variables. Independent variables x1 and x2. x1 and x2. 99.8841% of variations of our dependent variable, which is y, they're explained by our two independent variables. So meaning that x1 and x2 are virtually covering everything in our estimations. Please listen. Please listen. Is there somebody who can give me the factors that affect demand? Demand of any product. So for example, we have the price, isn't it? Any other factor? Income levels of people, isn't it? Yeah, taste and preferences, Yeah, incomes. Now listen, when you are doing your research, you can easily do research between demand and the price. And then you get R squared of say 60%. So what does this mean, my good students? It means that price here is only able to account for variations in demand up to what percentage? 60%. So meaning that there are other factors that are not within the model. Other factors like now what here? Income. So when you have in this case here R squared being huge, like 99%, it means that whatever predictor variables you have are able to cover almost everything. There are no room for errors. No room for errors. So if you're given, for example, this kind of R squared 60% for these particular variables, and then you are told in this case here to do what here? To estimate, or rather to describe what this R squared means, you will simply tell us that 60% of the variations in demand are explained by what here, somebody? Price. We have got other factors out there which now are able to account for what here, 40%. 40%. In this case here, you can see we have 99 point what here, somebody? 88. And remember, our equation had two variables, two predictor variables, x1 and what here, somebody? X2. So meaning that x1 and x2 are able to account for our y. Up to what levels there, somebody? Yeah, we are able to explain our variations of y up to that amount, which is really a very high explanatory power, meaning that the model will be able to give us quite accurate values, quite accurate estimations. Accurate estimations. So the model is very reliable, yes. So the model will be very reliable, yes. Great. So we shall be able to handle this as we do the assignments together. Based on the T ratio value, explain whether the number of orders or number of kilograms ordered is more significant in predicting the total material handling cost. Ladies and gentlemen, these T ratios are significance ratios. These are significance ratios. The higher they are, the beta, the beta, the predictor variable, the predictor variable, the predictor variable is. The predictor variable is. So T ratios, whenever you see them, just like the F ratio, they are ratios which are used to measure how significant, how big a variable is. So T ratios are significance ratios. The higher these ratios are, the better the predictor variable is. So they have asked us for 2 T ratios, 2 of them, not 3, but 2 of them T ratios. They want us to give them T ratios for orders. Remember, orders were our X1, and T ratios for kgs. If you remember, kgs were our X2. So X1, ladies and gentlemen, is there somebody who can see the T ratio for X1? These guys are tired. These guys are tired. X ratio. Yes, Jeru. So T ratio for orders, 33 point what? Thank you so much. 33.47672. And then T ratio for X2 is 28.646426. So they're asking us this question. Let's read the question again. Number 5. Based on the T ratio value, explain whether the number of orders or the number of kilograms is more significant in predicting the total material handling cost. So between the two, which one in this case here do you think, ladies and gentlemen, is more significant? Both of them are really significant, but which one has a higher significance level? Remember, the higher the T ratio, the more significant. So the higher one is 33, isn't it? Yeah, so this is the higher one, and therefore, number of orders are more significant. Number of orders are more significant. Number of orders are more significant. So if push comes to shove and you're told, hey, drop one of the variables, I can't drop number of orders because of their strength. So number of orders in this case here are more significant. Number of orders are more significant. Number of orders are more significant. So then that is it. I would want to end this class here. It is my hope, of course, I know the concept is a little bit heavy, but the more we do these questions, the more significant we shall become. So like if you do the homework questions, there are 3, and then I do them in my next class, you guys will be very, very comfortable with this thing. You'll be praying, it comes. We shall overcome, yes. Great. So then when will be our next class? Great. So we have to agree. If you look at your timetable is very jammed. I don't know how we shall be able to create this. Like last semester, this AMA, we are doing it like this. It was Wednesday at 6 p.m. Then we have Saturday and Sunday. And unfortunately, all of them are at what time? 6 p.m. And I always teach them, like I was with this lady most of the times last semester here when she was doing MA. I always teach them from here. So if you're willing, you can come. Because now I'm told, like you have taxation double on Saturday from 2 to 6. And then I will begin with this AMA. Every Saturday and every Sunday. But you don't have to come here. I'll send the link for group. I can see you're very worried. You can do. You'll come here. Oh, yeah, great. Great. Even Sunday, right? Or you'll do Sunday from home. You have to be present. Great. I like that. Yeah, I like that. So those are 3 lessons for advanced management accounting. And once you've begun, we shall not change the timetable. We shall not change the timetable. And then now, ladies and gentlemen, we have in this case here AFR. I'll be able to give you also the program for AFR later. And then, of course, AFM, one session will be for revision. Like Sundays, we normally use Sunday to do revision. Yeah, like we have finished a topic. So now we come on Sunday here. I just thrash questions from that topic like that. That is why we normally get high pass rates. That is why you will get like today, my AMA class as other colleges are training outside there. Already we are about how many in the group? 300. Yeah, that's why we have a huge following. Online ninjas, yeah. So do we have early morning classes? Yeah, I'm trying to scout for a teacher from Monday. From Monday next week, we shall be able to have, in this case here, an early morning class, 5 a.m. class with some great gentlemen. Of course, I normally teach from 9 a.m. up to 10 p.m. I don't teach early morning, no. Early morning, hata watoto watanikataa, hata bibi atanikataa. Wacha nikae kwa nyumba, nitoke kwa nyumba saa mbili jameni. Hii mambo ni ngumu. Yeah. Additional class Thursday. Why Thursday? Why Thursday? Why Thursday? It can't work on Thursday because Thursday you have another lesson, right? Thursday we have a AFM 6 p.m. tomorrow. 6 p.m. It cannot work. I've already looked at all the simulations. These are the only possible timings. Early morning is full. It cannot be full, Linda. It cannot be full. We shall overcome. It cannot be full. We have to create time. Saturday, physical. No. Could drop kids in school. Yes, Kennedy. Thank you so much. Kuma anajua maneno. Kennedy anajua maneno. Kennedy lazima ni. Yeah, anajua maneno. Weekend afternoon. Is it possible we have that discussion on your WhatsApp group? But I can tell you, that's a discussion you cannot win. With the number of years I've been teaching this, I've always been teaching AMA. This. And it normally works very, very well. And then again, remember, even if you miss a lesson, you can always watch here the video. You see, hii timetable ya AFM Thursday near physical. I'm just inviting you online students to attend as a revision for you. Near physical. Yeah, they are for physical. If you are an online student, you can comfortably do with your timetable without joining our classes. Comfortably, yes. You continue with your own classes. You continue with your very best teacher. They are good young men and women who are helping us to teach. Thank you so much. Be blessed. And I believe you guys will be able to join now this class in big droves, big numbers. Bring all the students who are doing AMA to join this class of the CPA Chief Ninja. Thank you so much. Bye. Naona mnakataa kabisa, but haiwezi time ingine. Hii piganeni kwa group paka mniambie. Iko sawa, eh? Online, yes. So, sawa. Previous class, imeshakuwa connected to learning management system. How comes? And I gave you, the gentleman who does it. Akalenga. No, we shall overcome. Yeah, somebody has already watched the videos, Eliud. Materials basically rely with what we are teaching you here. Yeah, together with assignments. Don't miss any assignment. And if you can afford a revision kit, RCM's revision kit, you can buy. Give you a summary of classes, WhatsApp. Iko sawa hivyo. Nitawapatia summary kwa WhatsApp. Wacha tufunge hapo. Niko na class ingine inaanza saa 2 kamili. And you guys are not going home now. You must do your assignments from here. Why can't you just finish as you discuss? Oh, at 6 so you get your work at 6. Oh, hey, then you must be. The kit, we sell it to you at 1,000 shillings. 1,000 shillings. Call that number 0793 555 000.